What if I told you that there are only 3 dressing styles that I started wearing that made me more attractive for women? In this video I will explain exactly what those 3 styles are, and by the end of this video you will also know why they made me more attractive.
Why?
My name is Michael and I was ugly, lonely, shy guy without girls, and I growed up, and till this point of my life I've had many meaningful relationships with women that are pretty and that are valuable, and I will help you to do the same as well. But before we dive into a specific dress codes, we first need to understand why they work so well. Knowing what works is good, but knowing why it works, that's where the real power is. And from my experience, one of the most attractive things a guy can have is the feeling that women can't quite categorize him into any of usual boxes, like, is he a bad boy? Is he just a regular dude? Or maybe he's a businessman? Fitting into one of those categories is fine, but the problem is that that's only 1/3 of this whole spectrum. Women love that sense of mystery around a man, because when they can't fully label you, they start thinking about you, wondering about you. And this is something that feeds their emotional nature like crazy. And the thing is that you can spark that mystery just by the way you're dressing. Well, if you're smart about it, of course. So here's how it works. Basically, every clothing style is connected to a certain stereotype of a man, and each stereotype comes with a whole set of personality traits that women automatically assigns to you before you even say a word. For example, if you dress like a bad boy, a woman will automatically assign you a trait she connects with that stereotype. Think about it. What traits does a bad boy usually have? He's confident, he doesn't care about people's opinion, he's not scared to take risks, he goes after what he wants. Now, if you dress like a gentleman or a businessman, if you may, she will assign you a trait that fits that stereotype. And what is a gentleman like? Well, he's probably well-mannered, he has good social skills, he's put together in life and financially stable, I guess, at least. He's confident, he has a higher social status, he's charming, polite, assertive. Well, you get the point. The problem is, if you dress in only one of these 3 styles, then, well, yeah, you will communicate all the positive traits that come with that stereotype, but you will also communicate all the negative ones. For example, in the case of the bad boy, arrogance, impulsiveness, irresponsibility, emotional instability, mood swings, you get the idea. But here's the thing, when you start mixing different styles together, the girl suddenly can't put you into any of those boxes, and because of that, she naturally starts thinking about you more. You become like a little mystery, like a puzzle that she wants to figure out, that she wants to solve. But alright, knowing how it works is great, but here we need to answer another question. Why does it even work? Because there's a psychological reason behind all of this. It's something called the halo effect. It basically means that one positive trait makes people assume the rest of you is positive too, assuming that they don't know you already. You're just getting to know each other, you know. For example, when someone is dressed well and looks well put together, we automatically assume they are confident, disciplined, successful, all the good stuff, right? Think about it. When you see a pretty girl, you instantly give her positive personality traits, right? Assuming, as I said, you don't know her at all yet. In reality, she might be rude, arrogant, spoiled, whatever. But until she actually opens her mouth, your brain will assign her positive qualities just based on her looks alone. Why does it even happen? It is because our brain loves shortcuts. Instead of analyzing every single trait one by one, it just takes one positive thing and projects it onto the whole person. That's literally what the halo effect is, basically. So when you dress like a bad boy, people automatically give you all the traits of a bad boy. When you dress like a gentleman or a businessman, if you will, they assign you the traits of a gentleman or a businessman. When you dress like a regular dude, they treat you like a, regular dude. But when you start mixing those 3 styles together, that's when you become a mystery she wants to solve. Okay, now, you probably by now understand on a theoretical level how all this stuff works. But honestly, I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't give you the very specific examples that you can use right away and apply it instantly. So here's the first outfit if you want to have that bad boy vibe. A brown full jacket, a white tank top, beige cargo pants, and, for example, classic boots. And if this was early autumn or spring, you could just throw a scarf on top and you would be good to go. But since it's basically winter right now, that's not super practical, right? So feel free to add a hoodie, for example. And if you want to, you can always swap the fur jacket for a baseball jacket, for example. Oh, and one thing though, I'm not showing any outfits with sweatpants here because most of the time, instead of giving that bad boy vibe, they just make you look basic or even worse, like a straight up tracksuit guy. And you want to avoid that at basically all costs, right? Another clean bad boy outfit, a black leather jacket, a gray hoodie, gray pants, black boots, and a beige scarf, for example. And here's something important. No matter what kind of a bad boy outfit you're putting together, honestly, this works for like 90% of all outfits. You always want to aim for V shape, broad up top, narrow at the bottom. It just looks good. And if I had to explain why, my bro science is, and the answer is simple, I guess, that our natural body shape is wider on top, like shoulders, chest, back, right? And narrower at the bottom. So when your fit reflects those proportions, it's like just visually pleasing, I would say. And another thing is the contrast. Look how that beige scarf stands out against the rest of the whole outfit. And we as humans, we love contrast. It just grabs our attention. It looks interesting and it makes our outfit just pop up. So always look for at least one piece that creates contrast with the rest. Dressing like a normal dude, normal guy is actually super simple. You literally just need a white t-shirt, a bomber jacket, a blue jeans, and white sneakers, for example. Basic, safe, timeless, but still stylish. But remember to always follow the 3-color rule and mostly stick to white, black, brown, beige, navy, and gray. Like, you see, mixing these shades makes it almost impossible to mess up your outfit. And the second normal guy option is as simple as it gets. A hoodie and the jeans. That's it. Nothing complicated. Just classic, masculine, and basically always working. And if you want to look like a businessman, well, here are 2 great options. Catch. A light brown coat, a brown turtleneck, light blue jeans, brown Chelsea boots, and a beige scarf to finish it off. Clean, sharp, sophisticated. And another perfect example of a businessman outfit would be a fitted sweater, suit pants, and Chelsea boots. Simple, classy, and instantly gives you that almost higher status look. And now, I guess at least, now you fully get how all this works. We went through a theory, psychology, and the practical side of how to dress in a way that actually makes you more attractive for women. But remember, style isn't everything. It's important, yeah, but it's still just one piece of the whole attractiveness puzzle. If you want to keep learning how to become the most attractive version of yourself, not just in terms of looks, but like holistically, there's literally no reason not to subscribe to this channel, because that's the whole mission here, to help you become that version of yourself that you know deep down you can be. So once again, hit that subscribe button. That's basically all from me for today, and I'll see you in the next one.